What's up, guys? I'm going to start doing these how-tos again, and decided to start off with the rewinds, Tailwhip Rewinds. Something you requested in my last video, and we'll get to it. So, right off the bat, I guess, let's come down here. Alright, so first you want to figure out which whip direction is most comfortable to you. So, for most people that's going to be a tail whip. But, you know what, I've seen a few people, you know, they like their heel whips a little bit better, more comfy. And so, whichever one is the most comfortable for you to do, you want to do that second. So, yeah, I don't like heel whips as much, so I'm going to finish with a tail whip, heel whip to whip. But then, yeah, you got your guys that want to finish it off with the heel whip and do it that way. So, basically, if you've seen some of my other videos, in heel whip and tail whip, I talk about for heel whips you kick with the back foot, catch with the front, tail whips goes front to back. Okay, so if you learn it in that method, like I'd like you to, that's going to set up a tail whip rewind perfectly. So I guess you can see whichever way you do it. If you do it the, I guess, a little irregular way, you'd be kicking it with your back foot. And if you do it the way I do it, you're kicking with the front foot. So basically, you get that idea down, and it's all about practicing it on flat. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that you're doing it the way I do it, with the heel whip first. And if you do it the opposite way, just, I guess, do the opposite of what I'm saying. So this is going to go on your toe side. So I'm regular, toes point that way. So you're going to just walk, with the scooter beside you, whip it, pick up front foot, and land. And that's basically how you're going to practice. Just walking down the sidewalk and practice that motion. Okay, and basically once you got that down, the secret to this trick is really just getting your heel whips down, or if tail whips are the uncomfortable one for you, you want to get those tail whips down. So yeah, just getting, even if you landed it before, it's like you should be having it every single time you try it on flat ground, and hopefully catching it a little bit as well, and then you should be good to go. So I'm going to show you some examples and probably think of some more stuff to tell you, some tips, and go from there. Alright, so a tip for you guys when you actually go at it at the ramp, like I just showed you, is you really want to continue to use your wrist, just like you are in single or double tail whips. And that's where it's really key that you learn that heel whip wrist motion. So be practicing that a lot. You might not be used to it because you just do one, but you know that's going to be really essential. And you almost, it's a different motion than a kickless. A kickless is obviously all wrists almost, and that one you kind of throw it out, bring it back. And this one, I almost think of it like a kickless, just really far inward, and you get that little kick with it. But I use a lot of wrist, and just kind of fling it into that little corner. And so, yeah, that's really going to help with your speed. This is a really quick trick. Like it's not as time consuming in the air as you think it is. You want to make sure you're doing it with your toe facing down. I guess some people might like to kick it like that, but what happens there is you're actually doing a little bit of a sex change in the air, because you're technically, you know, in a goofy stance, you switch, I guess, if you normally ride goofy, and you just want to stay back. That might be a little uncomfortable if you're trying to do it that way, but definitely kick it like that. The final thing is when you're doing that kick, you want to make sure that you're keeping it close to you. You don't want to be like afraid you might not get around and be kicking it way out here. And part of that'll help you is, you know, just keeping that toe down, kicking it like that, and just make sure it's right under you, just like you're doing normal tail whips. It's going to be, you know, right under your face. And so what I'm going to show you now is ways to apply it. I really like this trick because since it begins with a heel whip, it can go out of tricks that normally the normal set of tricks wouldn't. You know, mainly I'm talking about a backside feeble. it just slides right out of there, and then you can kick it back and don't have to land with that heel. You know, a lot of tricks, or a lot of obstacles, that you're doing it on. Sometimes I'm not comfortable with heel whipping, and it's actually more comfortable kicking it back around. If it's something scary, you want to end with what you're comfy with. So, and then I guess the final thing I'll show you is adding tricks onto it. The easiest one is going to be that extra tail whip afterwards, but then a whole set of tricks. I might try something a little harder for you than that, but I guess cut to that. So that was my how-to, and I'm going to start doing some more now. You know, this is like perfect weather. I really like the fall. And if you guys can think of any more how-tos you want me to do, or even different styles of videos that I'm not doing on my channel, just request it in the comments. And if this helped you at all, just give it a like. It helps more people view it. And then subscribe if you haven't yet. And thanks for watching.